Okay, so as you have already finished to read your sentences in exercise number 3, please listen very carefully to the audio and answer your exercise, okay? Remember that you have to write a synonym for the word that you have underlined, right? So please listen to it.
Lesson 2C, Exercise 3. Fred.
I like base jumping because it allows me to get away from the city to remote places where you hardly see anyone.
Sally.
Base jumping is really a sport for young people. There aren't many base jumpers who are over 30.
Chris.
I love the outdoors, but I'm not particularly brave, so I haven't considered base jumping as a hobby.
Selena.
Base jumping certainly isn't a sport to try if you are unfit.
Shelley.
Base jumping is a great sport, and you get to do it in such spectacular surroundings.
Martin.
My friend asked me to go base jumping with him, and I hated it.
Okay, so you have already listened to it. Let's check your answers. Remember that if you only answer 1 or 2 statements here, put the listening again and try to answer the most of the sentences here before you check your answers, okay? So number 2, Sally says base jumping isn't popular with older people. Something similar to older is over 30. Chris doesn't consider himself a courageous person. Courageous, brave, that's right. Selena says people who aren't strong and fit shouldn't try base jumping. Fit, unfit. Okay. It says aren't fit. Okay, so it's unfit. For Shirley, the appeal of base jumping is the breathtaking landscape where you do it. Breathtaking, spectacular. Martin really didn't enjoy base jumping. Didn't enjoy, hate. Okay. So let's check the other exercise. We have a listening to, and in this case it says, read the sentences. Can you think of synonyms for any of the underlined words? Write them in your notebook. So for example, if you say Tanya likes, what can you tell me instead of likes? Can you give me an example? I can say enjoys, right? For example, what can you tell me about told? Maybe I can say suggest. Maybe. It's not exactly the same, but it could be. Okay, didn't enjoy. What can you tell me about this? Maybe I can write hate. Hate, right? It must be in past. Okay, so you're going to do the same with the rest of the words that you have here. And as you have finished, we are going to listen to this. And I want you to read the sentences first, and then please pay attention to the audio. Okay, so click on the pause button, and when you're ready, start it again.
Lesson 2C, Exercises 5 and 6.
Good afternoon and welcome to the program. Today I'm talking to base jumper Tanya Marks. Tanya, thanks for joining us.
My pleasure.
Now, Tanya, my first question to you is basically, why? Why choose a sport with so many dangers? Why not something nice and safe, like table tennis?
Well, I can answer that in one word. Adrenaline. Extreme sports aren't safe. That's precisely why I enjoy them so much. I'm the kind of person who loves to feel that thrill of risk and adventure.
Do you do any others?
Well, I like skydiving and hang gliding too. But base jumping is my new sport and my obsession. I'm totally addicted.
How did you first get into it?
It was one of my skydiving friends who suggested it. He had the equipment and invited me to join him. My first jump was terrifying, but I loved it.
What's your favourite place for base jumping?
Well, it keeps changing because I'm always looking for somewhere new. But at the moment, I love the cliffs in Tonsai in Thailand. Though it isn't an ideal place to do it, as there are no hospitals nearby.
So, is danger always in your mind when you're jumping?
Oh, yes. That's not just me, that's all base jumpers. We know the dangers.
Do you think that's why there aren't many women who do base jumping? Do the risks put them off?
I'm not sure. I don't really agree. More women are joining the sport every year.
Who are the big names?
Well, I guess Roberta Mancino is the new star of base jumping. She also does skydiving and wingsuit flying. The media love her because of the way she looks, but she's also brilliant at her sports. She's a great role model, and hopefully she'll encourage more girls to take up extreme sports.
Tanya Marks, thank you.
Okay, so if you only answer 2 or 3 statements, please listen again to the audio and then you can check your answers, okay? So let's check them. And it says, number 1, Tanya likes extreme sports because they are dangerous. True. Number 2, a friend told Tanya to try base jumping. True. 3, Tanya didn't enjoy her first experience of base jumping. False. 4, the cliffs in Tonsai, Thailand are the perfect venue for base jumping in Tanya's opinion. False. Tanya thinks the dangers of base jumping make a woman unwilling to try it. False. And in Tanya's opinion, Roberta Mancino is a great sportswoman. True. Okay? If you have more than 2 or 3 mistakes, please listen to the audio again and check your answers and try and guess why did you get a mistake there, okay? Now, in the exercise that you did before the audio, remember that you have to write some synonyms for the words that you have underlined here, right? So you are going to listen to the audio again, and then we are going to check your answers here, okay? So it says, did you hear any of the synonyms you wrote down in exercise 4? Let's check the answers, and then we're going to check it. For number 1, likes, enjoys. Dangerous, not safe. Number 2, told, suggested. 3, didn't enjoy, no synonym. 4, venue, place. 5, dangers, risks. 6, great sportswoman, star, great or role model. So here are the answers. Did you guess some of them or you didn't guess any of them? Okay, so check your answers. Now that you have your answers, let's check the audio again, okay?
Lesson 2C, exercises 5 and 6.
Good afternoon and welcome to the programme. Today I'm talking to base jumper Tanya Marks. Tanya, thanks for joining us.
My pleasure.
Now, Tanya, my first question to you is basically, why? Why choose a sport with so many dangers? Why not something nice and safe, like table tennis?
Well, I can answer that in one word. Adrenaline. Extreme sports aren't safe. That's precisely why I enjoy them so much. I'm the kind of person who loves to feel that thrill of risk and adventure.
Do you do any others?
Well, I like skydiving and hang gliding too. But base jumping is my new sport and my obsession. I'm totally addicted.
How did you first get into it?
It was one of my skydiving friends who suggested it. He had the equipment and invited me to join him. My first jump was terrifying, but I loved it.
What's your favourite place for base jumping?
Well, it keeps changing because